I'd been on call one night or one Friday afternoon, and I think the next day I started feeling sick. And initially, I think I had two different bugs. First, I had a virus that caused diarrhea, and I got very down and dehydrated. And about 2 days later, I was getting better and feeling like everything was back to normal. And then on the third day after I'd been on call, I started feeling really sick. I started running a very high temperature, started having a headache, really bad aches and pains, and I could tell something was wrong, and I was getting worse. The worst symptoms were a bad headache, and I've never had headaches before, but probably muscle aching was very bad, and this overwhelming sense of fatigue. I've never been that fatigued or tired in my life, and it was pretty obvious that I was pretty ill from this viral illness. Well, my wife, who's a nurse, was convinced that I had something and I needed to be checked out, and she wanted to check my temperature, but she always wants to check my temperature, and I refused to let her do that. But finally, a couple days later, I was just super sick, and I decided it was time to go into the clinic and be evaluated, and they checked my temperature, and it was 104.7. And I was confident at that point in time I had influenza. I was confident I had it before I went just because I had all the right symptoms. So they did a nasal swab to confirm the diagnosis of influenza. I've had a flu shot every year since 1986 when I was a third-year medical student, and I would strongly recommend everyone get it every year. I had the flu shot that year, but very similar to last year, 2014-15 flu season, the virus mutated or changed a bit the year I had it, which was probably now 7 or 8 years ago. And every 5 years or so that happens, where the virus vaccine is created, and then the virus mutates or changes, and the vaccine isn't as effective as it normally is. And that happened the year I had it. But absolutely, you should get the flu shot every year because it definitely has been proven to be beneficial. And influenza in South Dakota kills anywhere from maybe a dozen people up to 50 or 60 people every year. It varies by season.